The following program is rated TV MA-LSV. It contains strong language, sexual situations, and violence. It is intended only for mature audiences.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. For this video, I'm going to be reacting to, remember him? He finally got caught, but I have no idea who this person is. But I am a little nosy, so I want to know what he did and what he got caught for. And yeah, let's just get into the video, and please subscribe. Let me know what else I should react to in the comments below.
So this guy is about to become sort of famous for leading police on one of the most watched car chases in history.
Is that actual footage?
Now, the guy's name is Ryan, and Ryan is very much a turd. He's been in and out of prison for the last decade, mostly for stuff like drug charges and car theft. But one morning, he walks into a gas station where...
Okay, so this is the second time that I am reacting to, what's his name? Ray William Johnson's video. So yeah, I know that he uses AI for these pictures, because last time I was like, why do the faces keep switching up, and why does sometimes they're one ethnicity in one shot and then the other shot they're a different ethnicity, but it's just the AI. Whatever, it's not a big deal.
He's about to start some trouble, because at this same time, pulling up to this gas station is this woman. Her name's Martha. And Martha just stopped at the gas station for a cup of coffee, and she's gonna be in and out real quick. So she leaves her keys in the car with the engine running. Big mistake. Now Ryan, he's still inside. And
do people not learn? Like, why would you leave your keys in your car? Like, you're asking for it to be stolen.
At this moment, bro is really
okay,
high. Like,
that's
he's
creepy.
all hopped up
But
on a drug that I'll just refer to as Walter White. So Ryan is high on Walter White, and he walks out of the gas station and he sees Martha's car running without her in it. And he's just like, let's go! And he jumps in it and he takes off. Here's the thing though, Martha's 4-year-old son is still buckled in the back seat. So Ryan just accidentally became a kidnapper.
So not only did you leave your keys in the car, you left your kid in the car.
And of course, Martha steps outside and her car is now gone, and she panics because her kid's in the back seat. So she runs back inside and the gas station clerk calls police. Minutes later, the cops are after this guy and they're chasing him down the freeway, and he is not gonna stop. And you can see him here.
Does he know the kid is in the car?
Side of the road.
Is the kid asleep?
To avoid other cars. He's running through red lights at full speed. And other drivers see him, and they're like all swerving, trying to get out of the way, trying to not get hurt. All while Martha's 4-year-old kid is crying and screaming in the back seat. So then, bam,
is he though? How did they know?
20 minutes later, this full-blown high-speed chase is still going. And
like, what if he's sleeping?
Gonna see this through to the end. But then, suddenly, kapow! Ryan's stolen SUV gets a flat tire. So now, Ryan has to ditch Martha's car. And you can see him here where he cuts off this other minivan, and he forces it to pull over. Then he gets out, and he terrorizes the poor woman inside.
Okay, this is GTA 5. What is this?
Running for her life. While, of course, Ryan speeds away in his brand new ride. So now he's off again.
How did she get to the other side so fast? What?
While of course Ryan speeds away in his brand new ride. So now he's off
the kid
in this second car. And I guess he's hoping to throw police off course, because he goes in the opposite direction, in the oncoming lane. So now he's going full speed.
Wait, why did that police car move? Aren't you trying to stop him? Like, why would... If you're trying to stop someone from, I don't know, driving into other people, wouldn't you put your car in the way as a police officer?
Again, in this second car.
I don't know.
And I guess he's hoping to throw police off course, because he goes in the opposite direction.
Look at that car move.
What? Lane. So now he's going full speed, driving the wrong way. And
I guess he's driving too fast.
They realize they gotta do something, because bro is not gonna stop. So they try to lay down those spike strips.
I probably moved my car too.
That'll like blow your tires out. But unfortunately, Ryan, he sees them coming and he easily swerves out of the way, and he misses them entirely. Like, they don't even get close to him.
They are so late.
Stopping this guy. And if all this...
What? Sorry, I keep pausing, but the timing Like, wouldn't you throw it out before the car
He
comes?
sees them coming, and
They
he
throw it, like-
easily swerves out of the way and
Never
misses
mind.
them entirely. Like, they don't even get close to him. So there's no stopping this guy. And if all this chaos isn't bad enough, Ryan is about to make it all much worse. Because just down the road,
Dang.
waiting for him to drive
He
by,
is still in jail,
this
isn't he?
guy, Trooper He. And he is there, and he's laying down some spike strips in the road, knowing that Ryan is about to roll through them. But Ryan, of course, he sees Trooper He, and he's like, oh, hell no. And he aims the stolen minivan right at him, and he floors it, going 90 miles an hour. And bam, he hits Trooper He. And if you slow down the footage, you can see Trooper He here, and you can see the minivan coming toward him.
Oh,
Now, obviously, I can't show him being
Jump.
hit by a car. It's way too shocking. But Ryan does run.
dang, I'm surprised he didn't
But
jump
the story's
over
not
that.
over yet, because Ryan just keeps going and going and going and going until,
Dang.
boom, he crashes the minivan into another car. And he gets out, and he's kind of running around, and he's like,
Okay, he gets
panicking.
back-
I guess
what?
he's still high off all that Walter White.
Dang,
he
this
did,
story is
but
crazy.
After scrambling around and thinking
What's he
about it, he
doing?
then just gets back into the same minivan he just crashed, and he keeps on driving. Then, a few minutes
Oh my
later,
gosh.
Ryan spots another car to steal, and boom, he slams into
Wait, what are they talking about? Remember him? I don't remember him. Wait, what? Is this... Wait, is this the story before he gets caught? Does he get away in this story and then he gets caught after? Because I never heard about this story before.
Now, the woman driving, she thinks this is just a regular car accident, so she does the right thing and she pulls over. While Ryan, he gets out of the minivan,
Takes her
and he
car.
pretends to be upset over this car wreck. And you can see him here, he's pointing to the damage on the car.
He-
and
take her
he does
car.
this so he can get close to the driver, and once
Take her
he's
car.
close enough to her, he opens the door and he throws the woman out. Which I can't really show you, it's a little too violent, so I'll blur it out. But you can see the poor woman trying to get her car back as Ryan drives off in it. So now
Dang,
Ro
that's
has
the
stolen
third-
his
car number
third
3.
car, and he's still on the run. It seems like police are just never gonna catch this guy.
Don't they have helicopters and stuff?
Until now, this is where Ryan's luck finally starts to run out, because he's speeding along in this third stolen car, and he's dodging traffic left and right, and then he
So I'm guessing they have a helicopter watching him, see where he goes, because this is his third car. And if he was driving on the correct side of the road, would they even know that he's in his third car? But they probably do because it's a helicopter. But dang, this story is crazy. People crazy.
drives into an intersection.
All
and
this-
suddenly, boom, he collides with
He just
another
wants to go
car,
back to
which
jail.
I can't show you because of rules against showing car accidents, but you get the point. And you can see the aftermath here. You can see that he gets out and he runs away and he just
Tell me you're
keeps
not gonna get-
running and he
oh,
keeps
I thought he was
running.
gonna get
And
into
he
car
rounds
number
the
4.
corner and then oops, he slips on the ice here
Oop.
and he drops his jacket and that slows him down a bit.
Why does the
And
jacket
just
even
for
come
fun,
off
let's
in the
see that
first place?
slip again in
Slow motion.
He's coming around the corner and boom.
Why is he taking his jacket
then
off
he
anyway?
immediately gets up and he keeps going.
Changes
now,
appearance.
I guess this is where all that Walter White he did starts wearing off. Because Ryan is suddenly out of energy. Like, look, he's like struggling to jump this fence here. And so he fails to jump the fence and he just keeps going. And finally, I guess he's like, it, I give up. And he just
Oh,
lays
and also I'm dumb because I'm watching all this footage of the car and him running, and I'm like, I think they have a helicopter. Like they should have a. The video's probably from the helicopter.
down in the snow. And this allows police to get to him, and bam, they finally arrest him. Here's his mugshot. So now, Ryan is facing some serious charges from all this. Attempted manslaughter, first-degree assault, kidnapping, vehicle
Dang,
theft.
but for
here's what's
what?
crazy. This entire chase is captured on footage by a news helicopter. And the footage is so compelling, this story blows the up. And like everyone is talking about it and they're
Never
watching
heard of
the
it. It's
footage,
my first
which
time.
is nearly an hour long, by the way. This whole chase lasted around an hour and a half. And so, because of that, this car chase becomes one of the most famous car chases in history, with the raw footage getting over 25 million views on YouTube
Never seen
alone.
it.
And so Ryan, as he sits in jail waiting on his trial, he hears about all these YouTube views he's getting, and he thinks all these views means he is about to be rich and famous. And so he's in jail talking to someone on the phone, and he's talking about all this.
If you type in Grand Theft Auto on YouTube, my comes up first.
You're ridiculous. How do you even manage? How do you manage?
Okay, so they're gonna use this in court.
UK and Australia. I know it's nothing to laugh about, but I mean, like, it's like, who else do you know that's made the news in Australia, bro?
And so, yeah, you can see him laughing about everything he did and showing
This is gonna be great in court.
the money from the ad revenue he thinks he's gonna make, instead of, you know, showing remorse.
If it makes 1 million hits, you get paid by YouTube. Channel 7 News, I believe, is going to be the one that gets paid for that. I'm going to contact Channel 7 News. I want to get paid.
Now, here's the thing about those phone calls that people make from jail.
They're recorded.
And yes, they can
Jinx.
be used against you in a court of law. So eventually, Ryan goes to trial, and they use those recordings of that phone call against him. And of course, Martha shows up, and she testifies against him. Thankfully, she got her 4-year-old son back safely. And Trooper he shows up, and he testifies against him. Luckily, he survived nearly being hit
These
by
criminals
Ryan on the freeway. I mean, he
don't
had to
think
undergo
properly.
7 surgeries, but fortunately, he did make it. And ultimately, Ryan is found guilty, and he's sentenced to 160 years in prison. And on top of all that, from what I read, he made no money from all the YouTube views. So, good for him. And
like, even if he did get out of jail, you really think you're gonna get money from the car chase? Like, you really think the news channel is gonna give you the money from that video that they shot of you committing a crime? Oh my gosh. Anyway, this story was crazy. I hope there's other stories, and I'm glad everyone in the story is fine. Everyone is okay. But yeah, I want to react to more stories like this. Like, that was crazy. And there's live footage, so even better. But that is the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Let me know what else I should react to in the comments below. And if you want to see my experiences in Korea, you can check out my first channel, SexGV. And if you want to see my other socials, it's right here under my face. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. For this video, I'm going to be reacting to another, what's his name? Ray William Johnson video. This one is, he's a dangerous kid, and not sure why, but I guess I'll find out when I start the video. But yeah, I reacted to another video from him, and yeah, I forgot the title of the other video, but it was something like, you remember him or something, I forgot. But I didn't know who that person was, but I reacted to the video, and that was a crazy story. So many things happened in that video, or in that story. I was like, dang, like, what is going on? But yeah, that was a crazy story, so I want to react to another video from him to see what else is going on with these other people. But yeah, this is like one of the most recent ones, so he's a dangerous kid. Let's see what he did, and please subscribe. Let me know what else I should react to in the comments below.
so this kid, his name's Colin. And Colin is a teenager, and he's also gay. Now, there's obviously nothing wrong with that, but the problem is he feels like he has to tell his dad, who we'll just call Dad. And
I was thinking it would be funny, like he's saying all that, but the problem is he's gay, and then the video cuts there, but never mind. It's just
they live in Oklahoma, and Dad has some really backwards views on things. So Colin knows he's not going to take this news well. Regardless, Colin comes out to his dad. And Dad, of course, does not take it well. He just can't handle having a gay son. So he decides to punish Colin, and he stops letting him go to school, because I guess Colin really likes school. And so he's not allowed to go to school, and he becomes...
Wait, that doesn't make sense. So he comes out, and then he's just not allowed to go to school anymore? That's weird. That doesn't make sense. I don't understand.
A prisoner in his own home. Dad doesn't let him leave the house or have friends, and his parents are divorced, and he's barely allowed to talk to his mom on the phone.
What that's supposed to do.
So this awful punishment goes on for several years.
Alright, it's kind of loud.
As you can imagine, Colin's anger builds up, and he starts to really hate his dad. But then, one day, Colin's 15 at this point, and he and Dad, they get into a really bad argument. And it gets heated, like really heated. And it turns physical and violent. And then, allegedly...
Wait, but... Oh, dang. What's going on? Also, isn't it illegal to not go to school? Like, if he's not letting his son leave the house at all and not go to school, which is kind of weird. I don't understand that. But isn't it illegal? Like, you're supposed to go to school. Not sure exactly what age, but until some point, some certain age, you have to be in school legally. So, did the school not call him? And if they did, like, what did they say? Or what did he say? Because his son's supposed to be in school, so that's weird that he would keep him from going to school, because, I don't know.
Dad grabs a knife, and he starts chasing Colin through the house with it. So
that's
then
crazy.
Colin, he runs into another room, and he grabs a rifle. And when his dad lunges at him with the knife, Colin pulls the trigger. Blam! And he unalives his own dad.
Wait, so how is he a dangerous
calls
kid?
911. And when police arrive, they question him, and he says he shot his dad in self-defense. But regardless, they arrest him anyway, and...
Wait, but why is he the dangerous kid? Like, according to the title, he's a dangerous kid, but if someone was chasing you with a knife and you try to defend yourself, this was the way he defended himself. So, how is he... Let's see what the resolution to this is. Let me stop pausing the video.
They charge him with first-degree murder. However, when all is said and done, they can't find enough evidence to prove that it was first-degree murder and not self-defense. So ultimately, all of the charges against Colin are dropped, and he is a free man. So then, Colin moves from Oklahoma all the way to Florida. And there, he moves in with his mom.
Oh, okay.
We'll just call...
I was gonna be like, he's just moving across the country. But yeah, to visit his, or stay with his mom. But this happened when he was 17. So I'm guessing he's still 17 during the move. Because they didn't say how long it took for them to drop the charges. So I'm guessing he's still 17.
Mom. And things seem to be going okay with him and Mom. Like, here's a photo of them together, and they look
real
all
pictures.
happy and stuff. But after so many years with his dad of isolation and abuse, plus the fact that he unalived his own dad, Colin's mental health is a bit unstable.
Yeah, I'm pretty
so
sure
Mom,
that
she's worried about
did
this, and she
something to
brings
him.
him in to get a psych evaluation. And they keep him in the psych
Why he look like
hospital
Pedro
for
Pascal?
like 8 days, and they end up diagnosing him with PTSD and a personality disorder. And just as Colin is getting released, for some reason, he ends up telling the staff, if I'm released, I'll unalive myself, or maybe I'll unalive my mom. And the staff is like, okay, bud, we gotta keep you here for longer now. And so they keep him there for several more months. And then finally, they let him out, and he goes to live with his mom. And Mom, you know, to her credit, she tries her best. Like, she tries taking him on all these trips, and she's posting photos of them together on Facebook. Like, here's a picture of them, and they're taking a selfie together. And here they are on a trip. I guess she took him to Washington, D.C. So, like, she's really attempting to make this work.
Dang, he's
But
really using all these real
unfortunately,
pictures.
it's not working. Like, Colin just isn't adjusting well. He isn't doing well in school. He's failing his classes.
So now he's
playing
back in
way
school?
more video games than his mom is comfortable with. And one day, Colin is playing games and...
Hold up, wait. That controller look weird. It looks like he's playing it backwards, but I guess AI doesn't understand things. Looks like he's playing backwards. Anyway, that is not important. But yeah, I can see how being isolated in his house for all that time messed with him mentally. But yeah, I'm surprised the school wasn't like, why is he not coming to school? It's been a while. So I wonder what his dad said when they called. Because I'm pretty sure they called. Because if he's not showing up to school for like weeks or months, like, as I said, it's illegal. So how did they not come to the house to check on him or something? I don't know.
comfortable with. And one day, Colin is playing games.
And how come, like, he couldn't leave the house when his dad went to work or something? Like, I'm confused because like at some point he wouldn't like leave the house when his dad was gone and then just like come back in the house when his dad came back or before his dad came back, unless there's like a security camera and his dad was checking the house all the time. I don't know. There's some missing details, but yeah, I can see how being stuck in the house for a long period of time can mess with you mentally, especially when you like want to go out and interact with other people. But I don't know how keeping you from school would like. That's a weird punishment because like he has to be in school, and also doesn't he have friends? Like he couldn't tell his friends what's happening. I'm confused about this.
Instead of doing his homework, and Mom threatens to take his console away. And this really pisses Colin off. So he goes and he just beats the shit out of her. And so then the police come and bam, they arrest Colin for domestic violence. And ultimately, he's put on probation. But while on probation, he continues to live at his mom's house. And Colin is like 17 at this point. And Mom, to her credit again, she keeps trying her best to make this work. She keeps posting pictures of them on Facebook together, and they look happy.
I'm surprised that, like, they didn't think about putting him in therapy or something. I don't know. I have so many questions, and I keep asking. I'm probably not going to get the answers, so let me stop pausing.
In these photos next to each other. And when Colin graduates high school, Mom buys him a $26,000 car. Like, look at that car. But it seems to not matter, because no matter what she does, Colin just isn't happy. You already know what's coming. One day, Colin and his mom, they get into an argument. And they're arguing about chores or something, nothing too major. But Colin has had it with his mom. So he just runs away. And he drives over to his grandma's house. And he hangs out there to cool off. But soon enough, Mom...
Why do I feel like there's another murder about to happen? Or maybe not murder. I think the first one was self-defense. But what's going on? Also, I don't know the conclusion of the story because I keep pausing. But if she knows that he acts like this, I'm not sure why she's going to confront him. Because, like the last time they got in a fight, this time he actually drove away. So I feel like that's better for him. Like he can finally leave and like calm down himself. But now she's going to him.
Shows up, and Colin, he really doesn't want to see her. So as soon as she gets there, they start arguing again. And this argument is much worse than
Mortal
the
Kombat
first time.
sounds.
And so they're outside, and they're yelling at each other, and they're making a whole scene, and things keep escalating. And suddenly, bam, Colin grabs his mom by her hair, and he drags her by the hair into the house. And they're still screaming at each other.
Where's the grandma?
And that is when Colin grabs a big chef's knife from the kitchen and he holds his mom down and he stabs her. And this unalives her. And then he calls 911 and police get there and they question him and he tells them that he and his mom were arguing and that she came at him with a knife and that then she fell on her own knife and unalived herself by accident. And pretty quickly, police are like, yeah, that's bullshit. And so, bam, they arrest Colin. Here's his mugshot. And ultimately, he's charged with
Why is the mugshot in his house? Looks like he's in the house.
first-degree murder and kidnapping, I guess because he dragged her into the house by her hair and held her there, so I guess that's kidnapping. And at this point in time, because of this second murder, they're actually looking into reopening his dad's case as well. Like, maybe his dad wasn't chasing him around the house with a knife. Like, maybe it wasn't self-defense. Regardless, this case hasn't gone to trial yet, so we'll...
Oh. So, plot twist, what if the story about his dad wasn't true? Like, what if it wasn't self-defense? What if he was just stuck in the house for so long that he had enough and he wanted to escape? Yeah, that's interesting because seemed like his mom wasn't trying to like attack him like his dad was. Well, allegedly, the way he's told the police the first time. So yeah, that's an interesting story because was the first story a lie with his dad? Because after the murder of his mom, like it makes you question if the first one was true or not. So that's an interesting story because, like, the title says he's a dangerous kid, but like when I was reacting to the first part, I was like, it was self-defense. So how is he dangerous? But now it's kind of second guessing myself because what if everything he said was not true? Dang, and the trial didn't happen yet, so that's crazy. Also, how do they know about the kidnapping? Like they gave him a kidnapping charge, but how do they know that the mom was dragged into the house by her hair? Were there witnesses? Was the grandma there? They never showed the grandma, so I don't know. But yeah, this is an interesting video. These are some crazy stories. Dang. I don't even know what else to say because are all these videos this crazy? Because the first one was like, dang, all this stuff is happening. This video, so much stuff is happening. So I wonder if all these videos are like this. It's kind of not like interesting in a good way, but just interesting like that this stuff actually happens. Because never seen anything like this in my real life. So just seeing this stuff on the internet about these people and they look happy in the pictures, but you never know what's going on behind the scenes. It's so crazy to hear about. But anyway, that is the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Let me know what else I should react to in the comments below. And if you want to see my experiences in Korea, you can check out my first channel, SexTV. And if you want to see my other socials, it's right here under my face. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. For this video, I'm going to be reacting to another crazy video. His videos that he posts lately are like crazy crime stories or whatever. Well, at least the ones that I've seen. This is She's Going to Jail. I don't know what she did, but it's probably something crazy because the other videos I reacted to, the stories were so crazy. I was like, dang, how does he find these stories? And also, I like how he, I don't know, like tells the story along with the AI generated I can't speak. AI generated pictures. Yeah, it's like I don't know, like a kid's book, but the content is not kid friendly. But yeah, let's get into the video, and please subscribe. Let me know what else I should react to in the comments below. I already know the story is gonna be crazy, so buckle up.
Bro is about to get his whole family in trouble. Now this kid, his name is Bryce, and he's 17. And one night he's out driving around.
Turn down a little bit.
At some point during the night, Bryce had smoked a little Zaza. And so he's cruising around feeling good and he's speeding, and that is when this guy spots him, who we'll just call Officer. So Officer sees him and he pulls out, and Bryce notices the red and blue lights flashing behind him, and he's like, oh damn it, I'm getting pulled over. And so he pulls over, and Officer goes to his car and he starts telling him what's going on.
Here's my stop, you're going 73
Oh.
to 55.
Okay, dang, coming in with the actual body cam video. That's interesting because usually sometimes these videos, they don't include the actual footage, but I guess he did for the other one I reacted to. It was like a helicopter camera. Anyway, let's continue. But who's going to jail? His mom? Because where does she come in?
Any kind of drugs or alcohol or anything in the car? No.
And, you know, no big deal, just a speeding ticket. But then, Officer notices an odor coming from inside the car. He smells that Zaza Bryce has been smoking, which means Bryce is underage and driving under the influence. And right then, bam, another car pulls up near them. And driving this car is this woman, who we'll just call Mom, because she's Bryce's mom. And apparently Mom was at a family event nearby, so
Wow.
she drove over.
Okay, that looks crazy. But what's the coincidence of her pulling up when her son is there at that moment?
To see why her son was being pulled over. An officer notices
Wait.
one woman, who we'll just call Mom, because she's Bryce's mom. And apparently Mom was at a family event nearby, so she drove over to see why her son was being pulled over.
How did she know he was pulled over. Like, unless he called her, but why would you call? I don't know. Like, you get pulled over by the cops, and then the first thing you do is call your mom. So I guess it's not a coincidence. I guess she knew he was there.
An officer notices when Mom
But
pulls
how
up.
is she being there gonna help?
It's my son. Okay, do you have the insurance?
I don't have it on me right now. How fast can you
It's
go?
going 73 and a 55. And it smells like weed in the car. You know he smokes weed.
It doesn't everybody. I don't know about it. So there's stuff in his car is what you're telling me?
That's what it looks like.
You're going to get him out and look through the car?
I'm going to search the vehicle.
Okay, so officer deals with Mom, and then he goes to search Bryce's car.
Not sure what the point of
That
his mom
is
being
when
there.
shit starts to get crazy.
Hop out for me, bud.
Don't get out of the car. Don't get out of the car.
Hop out of the car. Why? Get out of the car.
Wait, have I seen this
It
video?
smells like weed in the car and they're shaking the car. If you don't move.
Wait, maybe I reacted to the actual body cam. Because there was a body cam I reacted to, and it was similar to this. The mom pulled up out of nowhere, and then, I don't know, she's doing a lot. So she ends up getting arrested, and then the boy tries to, like, stop the officer or something. I don't know. Maybe I'll find out if I stop pausing.
Move, you are going to get arrested too, ma'am. If you don't move, you need to leave my stop now. You need to leave my stop.
But,
You need to leave my stop now.
like, the thumbnail of this video, unless I'm thinking of something else, I feel like the thumbnail of this original video is a different woman. So, who is this lady? Who is the woman in the thumbnail?
You can arrest
Get back in your car and leave.
I'm gonna be here
I'm
with
telling
my
you right now.
I will be here with my. He's pulling. He is pushing me.
You're under arrest.
Get on there.
Nope,
Get
you're
on
under
there.
arrest.
Get on video.
You're under
Get
arrest.
up.
Get on the
Are
ground.
you kidding me?
Nope,
Get on
I'm not kidding you. I told you to stop.
Get it on video, Bryce. Get it on video. Are you kidding me right now? Get off.
I
of
feel
me.
like I reacted to
So
this.
He's trying to arrest her, and they fight, and then
And then the
Bryce
son
kinda
comes.
steps in and tries to intervene, and he gets too close to the officer, and it becomes this whole chaotic scene.
Did nothing. I stopped for my 17-year-old kid.
Stand up.
Get off. Get off.
You want to go to jail too?
Yeah, I think I've seen it.
Get off of us. Who are you?
Turn around.
What is wrong with you?
I haven't done anything. I told you. Put your hands up. Put your hands up. You're under arrest.
Help. Help.
Stop.
Also,
I told you to stop. Hands off. What the
I thought there was backup, but I guess not yet.
You're going to get tased. What am I doing? Stop. What am I doing?
Oh my God.
You're going to get tased.
But then, if you listen closely, you can hear Bryce say something that only someone who had smoked a lot of Zaza would say.
Brian.
I already have him on the way, bud.
And funny enough,
I don't remember
Bryce
that.
does call the police, and you can hear him in the video calling the police on the police.
There's a police that's
Get on
illegally
video.
arresting my mother for nothing. That she did nothing wrong. There's a police, there's a sheriff.
Put your other hand behind your back.
Arresting my mother for nothing.
Put your other hand behind your back.
Yeah, I think when I reacted to the video, the original video, I was confused why his mom pulled up, because how is that gonna help the situation? Like, okay, he gets a ticket and then whatever happens, but she made the situation worse.
Came over here.
He is pushing me down.
And so Bryce gets all mad, and he tries to interfere, and he's getting up in the officer's face, trying to grab his arm.
She can't breathe. You touch me again, you're gonna get tased. She can't breathe. You touch me again, she can't breathe. You're gonna get tased.
She got it. Okay,
I'm telling you right now.
I'm not touching you, am I?
Back up.
No.
I can't breathe.
Back
What
up.
am I doing illegal? What am I
Back
doing
up.
illegal?
Can't breathe.
What am I doing illegal?
Breathe.
Let her breathe. Officer's not letting my mom breathe right now.
Help me.
Really?
Who is he talking to? Is he still on the phone?
Put your hand behind your back.
I don't remember everything in this video.
Mother,
I'm not gonna tell you again.
what did she do wrong? What did she do wrong, sir? What did she do wrong to be slammed on the ground? Tell me. Tell me, please. Tell me. Hands are
Hands
up.
behind your back.
Hands are up.
Hands behind your back.
Hands are up.
And bam, bro ends up getting arrested too. And while he's being detained, if you pause the body cam footage, you can see Mom is already out in the middle of the road in handcuffs trying to walk away. And at one point, they're both on their knees screaming for help.
On your knees! Get out! Somebody record this! Somebody record this! Record it, please!
Then, if you can believe it, another family member shows up, like out of nowhere. And it looks
This
like
family
they
party.
might try to intervene too. I mean, you could see them in the footage here, and you can hear the officer yelling at them.
Stay back!
And so, after all this madness,
Like, I don't understand. What? Like, how does the new family member know that this is all happening? I guess it's close because they were at a family event or something. I don't know. But I don't understand how having a family reunion while everyone's getting arrested is going to help anything. So why are all the family members coming? Like, what? How's that going to help the situation? That's what I'm confused about, because he would have just gotten a ticket or something, but now you're just there escalating the situation, making it worse. So, okay.
minutes later, other officers show up, and they finally
Like,
get
this
crazy situation
this could have just
under
ended with a
control.
ticket.
And they put Bryce in the back of the police car, and bro is just talking trash the whole way.
So what have I done wrong? Stop speeding.
Get in the car.
I know, I am gently.
Get in the car.
You can be polite, you're a bitch.
Move your foot. Jesus Christ.
And of course, when they put mom in the car, she's still yapping too.
Really small.
Hope you enjoy jail tonight.
Maybe get in better shape, fat
Oh, but it doesn't stop there, because once they clean up the scene, mom is still handcuffed in the back of the police car. So when officer gets in to take her back to the station, she just vomits this amazing amount of trash talk to him.
Oh, I thought she literally vomited because the way he was talking, but he just finished his sentence. But yeah, I don't remember everything that happened in this video, but dang, who is the person in the thumbnail?
You just said, sir. We have that all on video. It's going
Or maybe
on.
I'm thinking of another
have it on
thumbnail.
video too,
That is great.
So,
Because you told me I couldn't stay with my 17-year-old son.
You're right.
And then you forced me on the ground.
we're not going to sit here and argue, ma'am.
Your dog is on the
But I
phone.
always
My connections. It's going
talk
on.
about this when I react to body cam videos.
I will be, yeah.
Like, it must be so bad for the person driving, the person that is loud in the back.
Because you are a f***er. Karma is a bitch. How dare you treat me and my son that way?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's all fun and games to you, isn't it?
Not really. Is your name Jessica?
You.
Okay.
Mother ass. I'm going to blow this up on you.
Okay.
Watch. You don't know who you with.
Okay.
Why do people say that, acting like they're someone important and they know people?
You almost killed me. I'm on the ground telling you I can't breathe, and you still got your knee in my back. I couldn't breathe. Who the do you think you are? You don't even know what you just said. What's your name, fat ass? Fat ass? Is that it? That looks about right. With a little fat ass with a little that sounds right. That's it. You just lost your job. You watch. You don't know who I know around here. Fat ass motherfucker with a small to blow this up. I will make sure of it.
Listen, you're the right to remain silent.
And so, funny thing, as it
Dang.
turns out, his mom doesn't have any connections and doesn't really know anyone with influence, because ultimately, bam, officer throws her in jail. Here's her mugshot. Or at least I think this is her mugshot. This is what I could find. And from what
Wait,
I
what?
read, mom pleads guilty and she gets probation and community service. Nothing too crazy. Meanwhile, Bryce, I actually couldn't find anything on Bryce. Probably because he's a minor, so he probably didn't get in that much trouble. Anyway, cool family. And a huge...
Wait, so that person in the thumbnail, that... I'm confused because this lady looks different.
Oh, why aren't they texting me back? Are they mad at me?
Wow.
They don't like me
Can
anymore?
we not do
They ask for
ads?
reassurance.
Okay, I'm gonna skip that. But this woman does not look like this woman. That's why. Okay, so I guess I was talking about the right thumbnail, but I don't know. Because she's calling the officer fat. I don't think this is the right mugshot. But anyway, yeah, it's a crazy story. I remember reacting to it, but I don't remember everything that happened in the video. But yeah, he could have just gotten away with the ticket, and you just messed everything up with your family coming there. For what reason, I don't know. But that is the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Let me know what else I should react to in the comments below. And if you want to see my experiences in Korea, you can check out my first channel, Sexy V. And if you want to see my other socials, it's right here under my face. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. For this video, I'm going to be reacting to another Ray William Johnson video. This selfie destroyed her life. Not sure how a picture can destroy your life, but I don't know, maybe there's something in the picture that shouldn't be in the picture. I don't know, but I guess I'll find out when I watch the video. So let's get into the video, and please subscribe. Let me know what else I should react to in the comments below. And also, what is she doing in this video? Like, why does she have a belt? She's about to whoop someone, but I don't know. But let's get into the video.
So this girl is about to murder her best
Let me
friend
turn down a little bit.
and get busted for it because of a selfie. Now the girl, her name's Cheyenne. And
Wait, talking over
this
everything.
girl is about to murder her best friend and get busted for it because of a selfie. Now the girl, her name's Cheyenne. And
So she gonna murder her friend, and she got busted because of the selfie. I wonder if the picture is evidence, or maybe she told a story and it didn't confirm like her location or her alibi or whatever. I don't know.
And she's 21, she lives in Saskatoon in Canada, and she has this friend Brittany. And Brittany's 18, and they met at school, and they hang out, and they party together, and pretty soon they become best friends. Now,
At 18?
Brittany, she's a pretty good kid. She's in high school, but she works hard. She works 2 jobs. She got big dreams. She wants to go to college and work in the hospitality business one day. While Cheyenne, on the other hand, she's kind of a turd. She apparently already had over 50 convictions for things like shoplifting, stuff like that. And she's allegedly...
Okay, so if you know someone that has 50 convictions and you're still friends with them, I don't know, because for me, if I knew someone that got in trouble so much like that, I probably would slowly cut them off. But dang, you still friends with them? I don't know, at some point it's gonna like seep into your life and ruin your life. But I don't know, I think that's just me that thinks that way. But I would never want to be friends with someone that keeps getting in trouble with the law. Like, what does that say about you too? Like, how you pick your friends?
Also a big fan of some of the harder drugs that people like to do.
And she's on drugs.
Most people in Brittany's life think that Cheyenne is bad news. Regardless,
just like
Brittany
me.
defends her friend. She sticks up for her. She's like, no, she's a good person. You just don't know. You don't know her. But one night, their friendship, it goes completely wrong. Because Brittany and Cheyenne, they make plans to go out and do a little drinking, which they do often enough. So they get ready, their hair,
what's the drinking age in Canada?
Whatever, and once they're good to go, they take a selfie.
Wait. Okay, so this is AI, and I like how the compact mirror is facing the outside. Okay.
Makeup or whatever, and once they're good to go, they take a selfie together. This selfie. There's Brittany here, and Cheyenne is right here. And like immediately,
but for someone that does like drugs, she doesn't look like.
And then they leave, and they end up at a bar, and they do some drinking there, and they have a good time. Then they end up at a house party, and they do some drinking there, and they also do some drugs, because I guess they're going a little hard tonight, but whatever. They're having a good time. Then, around 4:30 in the morning, they've been out all night at this point, getting wasted. And they end up at McDonald's. And they're both messed up and a little belligerent, stumbling around, and they're in the parking lot.
How did they get there? Did they drive?
Maybe Cheyenne is trying to call someone she shouldn't. Like, I don't know, we don't really have the details of this part. But for some reason, Brittany decides to take Cheyenne's phone away from her. Maybe she was just being playful, maybe it was just a joke, maybe she was being mean. Again, we don't know the details, but we do know that she swipes her phone from her. And Cheyenne doesn't like this one bit, and she is pissed. How's she gonna take my phone from me? So they start getting into
Is that what she said?
And arguing, and this argument...
Okay, so, I know, I have friends like that, like, they're like, if you see me trying to message this person or trying to contact this person, tell me not to, like, take my phone away or whatever, blah, blah, blah. So I wonder if that's the conversation they had earlier when they were sober. I don't know. But like he said, you don't know what the conversation was at that time. But yeah, she took her phone away, and then I guess she got mad. So she's going to kill her friend over that.
Gets heated. In fact, it gets so heated that eventually Cheyenne just snaps. And pow, she hits Brittany. And then pow, she hits her again and again and again.
Over a phone.
Just overpowers her. And then, allegedly, while Brittany's down, Cheyenne takes off this braided black belt that she's wearing and she wraps it around Brittany's neck. And
Dang.
she starts strangling her.
Over a phone? I'm pretty sure at this point your phone is able to...
Just won't let
you can get it back now.
Belt. And when she finally stops, Brittany is no longer moving, and she won't wake up. And Cheyenne, she panics because, like...
Oh, so is this selfie... Does it show her wearing the belt? Let's see. Okay, can't see in that one. So they show the picture again before the party. I can't tell, and I'm not gonna click because I might see another ad. But I want to guess before the rest of the story. Maybe they find the belt at the scene of the crime, and she comes up with the story. I don't know, but maybe she left the belt, and she's wearing the belt in the picture in the selfie.
Like her friend might be dead. And I guess at that point she puts lifeless Brittany in the car, and then she.
But no one at McDonald's heard anything.
Ass out of there.
They don't have cameras.
At this point, she could drive her friend to the hospital to get her medical attention, but that's not what she does. Instead, she drives over to her aunt's house, and I guess she goes over to her aunt, and she's still totally wasted, by the way. She goes to her aunt, and she's like, "I beat up my friend, and I choked her out, and now she's not waking up for some reason." And Aunt, she looks in the car, and she can see Brittany looking all beat up and slumped over against the window. And Aunt wants no part of this. She's like, "Nah, you need to leave." Which, I don't blame her. Like, yeah, you bring an unconscious body to my house.
And now you got a witness.
You need to get the f*** out. But anyway, so Cheyenne leaves. Now, here is another point where Cheyenne could drive her friend to the hospital and get her medical attention. But again, that's not what she does. Instead, she drives out.
And also, if she's scared of getting in trouble, she's been convicted for stuff like 50 times. So what's one more? Like, continue your streak. Like, but I guess murder is worse than shoplifting.
Out near a landfill on the edge of town, and she dumps Brittany by the side of the road, and she just leaves her there.
Is the belt still around her neck?
She goes home and just passes out. The next day, Cheyenne wakes up, and she claims she doesn't remember what happened the night before, and that it's a total blackout. Sure, Cheyenne. But she definitely
Dang, she's been driving around everywhere drunk.
She doesn't have a phone, because she gets on Facebook, and she goes to Brittany's page, and she posts on her wall, like, "Hope you got home safely. I need my phone." Now, obviously, Brittany didn't get home safely, because Cheyenne dumped her on the side of the road. In fact, while Cheyenne was passed out at home, someone came along and found Brittany's body.
She never picked up her phone?
Ditch. And by this point, she's complete.
So, was it really not about the phone? Because there were so many chances that she could have gotten her phone back. But she ended up killing her friend instead. I think it was more than the phone.
Completely unresponsive, and as you can guess, she ultimately doesn't make it. And so now, police gotta get involved, because there's a random body in a ditch, and boom, they immediately start investigating. And they're looking at the crime scene where Brittany's
did I already
body
ask if the belt is still around her neck?
But they do find the black braided belt that she was strangled with.
It's in the selfie, it's in the picture.
Once the body is identified as Brittany, they start looking at her social media. And they notice the last thing she posted on Facebook the night she was unalived is that selfie she took with Cheyenne.
The belt.
So now, pow, Cheyenne is a person of interest. And so police go and they question her, which is apparently easy to do because she was apparently already in custody for a completely different crime she had committed. I told you she was a turd. But police question Cheyenne, and Cheyenne decides to lie to them. And she tells them that, yeah, she did go out that night. And she went to this house party, and that afterwards, she and Brittany went to this place called the Colonial Pub and Grill. And she says they met a guy there, and then that guy and Brittany dropped her off.
But does this place have cameras or no?
It's some bullshit excuse. So then police go and investigate Colonial Pub and Grill, and they look at surveillance footage from that night, and there is no sign of Cheyenne or Brittany ever being there. Also, police discover that Cheyenne never visited her uncle that night. So now they've caught her in a couple of lies.
How are you gonna tell a lie that you went to some place? People or places have cameras everywhere.
Meanwhile, this whole time, Cheyenne is posting things to Brittany's Facebook wall. I guess she's trying to make herself look not guilty. She's posting things like, I miss you, you were in my dreams last night, or this one, I miss you so much, I wish heaven had
she posted the picture with the belt.
Unfortunately for her, this isn't gonna work, because rumors have already started to circulate. Because remember, Cheyenne's aunt saw them that night. She saw Cheyenne with Brittany's body in the car. And so rumors start to spread, and word gets back to Brittany's family that Cheyenne's aunt had saw them that night of the murder, and that Cheyenne showed up in the middle of the night, panicking, claiming that she hurt her friend. So of course, Brittany's family goes and reports all this to the police. So now, police are even more suspicious of Cheyenne. But unfortunately, they can't arrest her because they simply don't have enough evidence. Until 2 years go by, and detectives are working on this case,
and they still
can't figure it out. Now, they're pretty sure Cheyenne's involved, but they can't tie her directly to the crime, not in a way that's good enough to prosecute her. But then, one of the detectives is looking through all the evidence again, and they come across that selfie that the girls took that night. And they look at it one last time, and that is when they finally see it. Boom, it's right there in the photo. Cheyenne is wearing a black braided belt. The same belt that they found at the crime scene. So she's wearing the murder weapon hours before the murder. And so, bam, police arrest Cheyenne. And I don't have a mugshot, but here's what she looks like in real life. And they charge her with second-degree murder, but she takes a plea deal and she pleads down to manslaughter, and she only gets 7 years in prison. So, shout out to Saskatoon.
Wait, so what year was this story? Is she still in jail or she got out? I don't know. But, yeah, I'm surprised they found a belt at the crime scene. They had the picture from that night that they took before the party. Did no one ever think, let's see if any of them are wearing the belt? That's interesting. But, yeah. Well, I guess I guessed it because I was like, oh, they found the belt in her picture that she was wearing. But, yeah, these stories are so crazy. Like, why would you kill your friend over them taking your phone? So that's why I think there was something more than that going on. Because if she, like, punched her friend, then the phone would probably have fallen out of her hand or something. And then at that point, she could have picked up her phone. And then whatever, I don't know. But killing your friend over the phone and you still didn't get your phone back after all that? Or maybe she did have her phone and she just posted on her Facebook wall, like, need my phone back or something. I don't know. But, yeah, that is the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Let me know what else I should react to in the comments below. And if you want to see my experiences in Korea, you can check out my first channel, SexGV. And if you want to see my other socials, it's right here under my face. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. For this video, I'm going to be reacting to another Ray William Johnson video. I like reacting to these videos. Like, even if I wasn't reacting, I would still watch the videos because these are some crazy stories. Like, I don't know how he finds these stories, but these are crazy stories, and I feel like they always end up in jail. And sometimes I react to body cam videos, so it's like, I guess similar, like, crime, and, but this one has, like, some actual video footage and, pictures of the real people. Well, I guess the body cam videos are, like, showing the real, people in real time, but, yeah, sometimes when I watch stories about, like, criminals and stuff, they don't have actual footage, but sometimes he does include the actual footage or pictures of the actual people for these crazy stories. So yeah, that's why I like watching his videos. But yeah, let's get into this video. This is this famous actor scam. Not sure what that means. Not sure what that is, but I guess I'll find out if I stop talking and start the video. So let's get into the video, and please subscribe. Let me know what else I should react to in the comments below.
So this woman is about to pull off this crazy
Let me turn down a little bit.
scheme by pretending to be a famous soap opera actor. Now her name's Lydia, and she...
Okay, so catfishing with this man. I don't know who this man is. He says soap opera actor, but I don't watch that, so I wouldn't know who he is. So I guess she would have to scam a fan of his.
She's around 21 years old, she lives in Melbourne, Australia, and she apparently lives with her parents and doesn't have a lot going on. So one
These
day,
AI
I
pictures.
guess she gets bored and decides, I'm gonna go catfish some people. Might be fun. So she makes a new Facebook profile. Of course, she doesn't use her own name. Instead, she uses the name of this famous Australian soap opera actor.
Oh, okay, he's Australian.
Lincoln Lewis. And she makes this page look really authentic, and she starts pretending to be fake Lincoln Lewis. Now it's...
Wouldn't you notice? She just made this Facebook account. Wouldn't you notice that it's fake based on how many people he follows or how many friends he has? Okay.
At some point, Lydia, as fake Lincoln, sends a friend request to this random woman. Now, we don't know her real name, but we'll just call her Betty. And Betty, she's a nice woman, she's a flight attendant, and by some crazy coincidence, she actually knew the real Lincoln Lewis. Like they grew up in the same area as kids or something. Now, they don't really talk now that he's famous, but they used
Was
to
interrupted by an ad.
So, of course, Betty...
But yeah, like out of all the people that you could try to scam, you get in contact with someone that actually met him or knows him in real life. That's crazy. Out of all the people.
From this famous guy she knew as a kid. And they start messaging back and forth, sending photos, and Betty has no idea
Why is his hair brown now?
The person she's talking to is just Lydia Cat.
But again, wouldn't you know the profile is fake based on how many friends and followers he has? Like, she just made that account, and how many friends does he have? And you don't notice that? Okay.
Fishing her. And over time, their conversations get more flirty, and they're sending adult photos of themselves to each other. Now, I don't know how Lydia faked nude photos of Lincoln Lewis.
Maybe
Photoshop. I don't know, but somehow she did. And soon enough,
maybe no
Betty
face
is in a full-blown romantic relationship with fake Lincoln Lewis. And so naturally, of course, at some point,
you have to
Betty
call.
Wants to meet up with Lincoln, like
or meet,
when
like
can
what?
We meet IRL. So they make plans to meet up, but every time they're...
How do you start a relationship with someone without even talking to them on the phone or even video calling them, like these days? Like, wouldn't you want to meet the real person before getting into a relationship with them? I don't understand people sometimes, because how do you get this far with someone that you never met? You met someone online. Like, even if you meet someone online, like, it's 2024, you can video call them or something, but that never happened. That's not suspicious to you? I don't know. Sometimes these people that get scammed or whatever like this, it's like you didn't see the red flags. It's kind of hard to feel sorry for them, because like all these things you could have done but you didn't do. I don't know. It's just, maybe that's just me, because I don't trust people like that.
About to meet, fake Lincoln cancels at the last minute. And it keeps happening again and again and again. And after it happens enough times,
and
Betty starts getting suspicious. Like, is my boyfriend really Lincoln
That's
Lewis?
the point
Now,
that
remember,
triggers you.
Betty and Lincoln grew up in the same area as kids, and they used to know each other. And in fact, they actually still have a mutual friend in common. So Betty reaches out to their mutual friend and gets the real Lincoln Lewis's phone number, and she calls him. And the real Lincoln Lewis picks up, and Betty's like, hey, have we been dating each other for the last few months? And the real Lincoln is like, no.
That's the first question
Betty
she asks.
Explains to him what's been going on, that someone friended her on Facebook pretending to be him, and that now they are in a relationship. And real Lincoln is like, what the fuck? And he gets so mad that he goes and tweets about it. It has come to my attention that weird people have made face...
Okay, so why would you go straight to Twitter to post about this. Oh, this was in 2013. Like, wouldn't you want to catch the person? Like, wouldn't you want to, I don't know. I feel like if I found out someone was catfishing me and I was talking to the actual person that they were using to catfish me, wouldn't you want to find out who this person is? Because now you're giving them a heads up and they could just, like, stop contacting you and you'll never find out who they are or, like, get them in trouble, especially if you gave them money or something. Like, you're just giving them a head start to disappear, run away. I don't know.
Facebook
That's just me.
profiles impersonating me and causing a lot of drama. Just deleted Facebook. Hope this stops. And Betty is also mad, and she goes and reports fake Lincoln, aka Lydia, to the police. But unfortunately, police, they don't really do anything. They're like, you got catfished. What do you want us to do? Meanwhile, Lydia knows...
Yeah, like, unless they scammed you out of money, like, okay, someone was pretending to be someone else, like, is that illegal? Well, I guess identity theft, but that's like stealing money. She didn't take money from you, did she? I don't know. Like, people catfish all the time, but I don't think it's illegal until, like, it becomes illegal. Like, if they start stealing money from you or something, pretending to be someone that they're not, in order to take money from you. But I don't know, that wasn't mentioned in the story.
Betty no longer believes her, but she isn't gonna give up. She seems to enjoy catfishing, and she doesn't plan on stopping. So she contacts Betty and tells her another big lie. She's like, okay, I'm not really Lincoln Lewis. My name is actually Michael. So now Lydia is pretending to be fake Michael. And fake Michael starts bullshitting Betty, and he tells her that he made the fake Lincoln Lewis profile only as a joke, like he was just goofing around. And the worst part about this is that Betty believes him. And she's still mad at him, but she continues to talk to him. Like, she must be really lonely. Because soon enough, they're talking all the time again, like every day. And eventually, Betty falls in love with fake Michael. And they end up in a full-blown romantic relationship. Now, here's where it gets really weird. As if it's not already weird.
So, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but 2 times back to back this happened to her. Red flags, she doesn't see them, and she's not suspicious now. Oh my gosh, sometimes it's really hard to feel sorry for people.
For some reason, now, not only is Lydia pretending to be fake Michael, aka Betty's boyfriend, but she will also pretend to be other anonymous people. And when she pretends to be other anonymous people, she'll send threatening DMs to Betty and threatening text messages, like lots of messages, sometimes up to 80 a day. Like, I'm gonna unalive you.
Okay, now you're threatening her.
Like, what the hell is she doing? And one time, Lydia,
no, that's illegal, so
Michael, goes
catch her.
As far as to stage a kidnapping. Like, one day, fake Michael starts sending Betty texts claiming that he's being hurt, and then an unknown number sends her messages threatening her, demanding Michael's contact info, and then, bam, Betty gets another text from a supposed federal agent, and this fake federal agent sends her a photo of fake Michael bound and gagged like he's been kidnapped. I don't know how Lydia faked all of this,
it's
but
crazy.
It is insane. So anyway, Betty's freaking out because she thinks her boyfriend's been kidnapped, and it's this whole
That's crazy that
now, let me
you have a boyfriend that you never met or saw in real life or
worse.
video call.
Now, let's talk about this woman, Jess. Now, like Betty, Jess is also Australian. She's also a flight attendant. And a few years earlier, Jess was on a flight working, and by sheer coincidence, the real Lincoln Lewis was also on that flight. And so Jess is a big fan, and she stops him, and she gives him a hug, and she asks him for a picture, and they take this picture right here. Sometime later, Jess goes and friends Lincoln Lewis on Facebook. Here's the thing, though. The account that she friends isn't really his account. It's actually the fake account that Lydia had made to catfish Betty. So Lydia is the one who is...
Okay, so this is... I think the tweet said 2013, so like Instagram wasn't popping back then, so yeah, she just made this Facebook account, and how many friends does he have on Facebook? Because wouldn't that be a sign? Like, wouldn't a famous person have a lot more friends on Facebook? But she just made the account, so it probably doesn't have a lot of friends. I don't understand. But yeah, Instagram, I think you would know based on Instagram, but it wasn't like popping in that year. So yeah, it's harder to notice on Instagram. But on Facebook, a famous person would have a lot more friends. So I don't know why people keep thinking it's the real person. I don't know.
Now Facebook friends with Jess. So Jess,
and if he has a Twitter, why don't you just
friends with the real
befriend him on Twitter?
And of course, Lydia takes full advantage of this, and she starts her catfishing scheme all over again. And so now Jess and fake Lincoln start talking, and they hit it off, and they're chatting every day, and soon they're texting all the time. And sometimes they'll talk on the phone. And now I'm not sure how that it works exactly, like was Lydia putting on a fake voice? I don't know. But they apparently talk on the phone a lot. And eventually they...
If he's your favorite actor, wouldn't you know his voice? But like if she was using a voice changer or something, like wouldn't you know? I don't know, I'm confused.
Into a long distance romantic relationship, which is crazy, and it seems like Lydia is just really good at this catfishing stuff. Like she's never gonna get caught.
She has no life, this lady.
Until one day, Jess gets a message from a coworker who works at the airlines. And coworker's like, "Hey, I just saw Lincoln Lewis on my flight." And Jess is like, "Well, that can't be. I was just talking to him." And so Jess goes and hits up fake Lincoln, and she confronts him like, "How can you be in two places at once?" And fake Lincoln, aka Lydia, makes up, I don't know, some bullshit excuse. But see, Jess is smarter than that. She's not about to get played. And so she decides she is done. And she tries to cut things off with fake Lincoln. But fake Lincoln is like, no. He's not about to let her get away. So he starts sending her threatening messages and calling her all the time and harassing her and apparently contacting her family. And so Jess is fed up. She's like,
how
this. I'm going to take whoever this
she able to contact her family?
And she starts recording their phone conversations. And she brings all this information to the police. So now, finally, police get involved. And they set up this small sting operation where Jess asks fake Lincoln to wire her some money, just like a couple $100, because her phone is broken and she needs to get it fixed. So fake Lincoln, aka Lydia, falls for it. She's like, all right. And she goes to the bank to wire a couple of $100.
That is so crazy. The person doing the catfishing is not the person asking for money. The person doing the catfishing is the person sending the money. And they agreed to send the money? What? You're catfishing another person for what reason then? I don't understand. Like, if it's not for money or something, then... Like, why would the catfisher be the person sending the other person money? Like the victim, they're sending the victim the money. I thought they were catfishing to ask for money, but they're the ones sending the money. The story's weird.
To Jess, and boom, they finally get Lydia on camera. The woman who had been pretending to be Lincoln Lewis the whole time. And eventually, bam, police arrest her. And I don't have a mugshot, but here's a picture of her in real life. Oh. And both Betty and Jess finally discover that it's a woman who's been catfishing them the whole time, not a man, and they are shocked. Like, they had no idea. I have no idea how Lydia pulled that off. But here's the sad part. Betty, apparently, she can't handle the humiliation of any of this. And she eventually goes and she unalives herself over this whole catfishing thing, which is unfortunate and just really sad. And ultimately, Lydia goes to trial, and she's found guilty of stalking, and she's sentenced to 2 years, 8 months, and then she gets another 4 years on top of that for some reason. Good.
Yeah, like, if you, I'm still confused, because she catfished for what reason? Just because she had nothing else to do? But, yeah, I'm kind of confused. I guess she got extra time because the other lady, but I guess she led her to that point, and that's why she got extra time, because she wouldn't have done that if she didn't catfish her. But yeah, I think that's kind of interesting because there are so many more other people in the world that she could have talked to. Like, there's also dating apps and stuff. But yeah, but this was 2013, so back then I'm not sure how big dating apps were. I don't remember. But yeah, that's kind of crazy that a catfisher was just catfishing just for attention, I guess. Fake relationships, but not for money. And the catfisher got caught because they were the ones sending money to the person they were dating. So I guess they sent the money because they were invested in that relationship too. I don't know, this is a weird story, because why not just find someone to date in real life if you're willing to send a stranger money? Why not date someone in real life and like help them out and like meet them in real life? I don't know, this is a weird story. It's an interesting story, but some of the things, like, why not just do it this way? Like, what's the reason to catfish in the first place if you're not trying to get money from someone? You're the one that gave money to them. Anyway, I can't stop thinking about that. But that is the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Let me know what else I should react to in the comments below. And if you want to see my experiences in Korea, you could check out my first channel, SexTV. And if you want to see my other socials, it's right here under my face. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. For this video, I'm going to be reacting to another Ray William Johnson video. This is Religious People Aren't All Good. As we all know, like, there's so many stories in the news about stuff like this. And yeah, sometimes it's borderline cultish. So I don't know, have I heard this story before? I don't know. If I have, I haven't reacted to it. But this guy looks... I feel like there was a story I heard recently about a Filipino guy, and it turned out that he was recruiting people for a cult or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, sometimes religion can be good, like the positive parts, but sometimes these crazy stories that you hear is like, you probably shouldn't trust everyone that you come in contact with. But I guess we'll find out if I stop talking and watch the video, see what happens. But yeah, let's get into the video, and please subscribe. Let me know what else I should react to in the comments below.
Just because someone is religious doesn't mean they're a good person, or even a sane person. Here's an example.
True.
So this guy, his name is List, and List has a lot going for him. He has a good marriage, he has 3 kids, he lives in this huge 19-room
What year
mansion.
is this?
I mean, look at that place.
Are these pictures from?
Plus, he's got a sweet job as vice president for a bank. So bro is doing well. But most importantly, he's very religious. Like, he and his family go to church every week. So you know he's a good person. But one day, everything changes. Because boom, List suddenly gets laid off from his vice president job at the bank. And List, he doesn't know what to do. He can't tell anyone that he lost his good-paying job. That would be humiliating. So he decides to not tell anyone. He doesn't tell his family. He doesn't tell his friends. Instead, he just keeps going. He wakes up every day. He gets dressed like he always does.
And he goes where?
He tells his family that he's going to work. But instead, he drives to the train station and he just...
But, like, why wouldn't you tell them? At some point, they're going to find out. So might as well find out earlier so you can, like, come up with a solution. Then finding out later, and then, like, you have no time to prepare for anything.
Sits in his car and reads the newspaper until it's time to head home. So that
That's
his
crazy.
family thinks he's going to work and they don't ask him any questions. And List does this for a few months. He just fakes going to work. I guess he's hoping that during this period he'll find another gig to keep him afloat.
Okay, so I was thrown off by the first image because that picture reminds me of another story, as I said, in the Philippines. But I don't know, are they gonna go to the Philippines?
I don't know. It doesn't seem like a very good plan. Also, because
Oh,
he's
no.
not working, he obviously has no income coming in, and his bills start stacking
His
up.
wife doesn't know about that?
Particularly his mortgage for that 19-room mansion he and his family are living in. So, after months of not working, he owes $11,000
What
on
year is
his
this?
mortgage. And this was 1971. So today's
So
dollars,
cheap.
he owes about 87 grand.
Never mind.
That's a lot of money. So naturally, List starts freaking out. Like, what's he gonna do? Are he and his family gonna go bankrupt? Is he gonna have to go on welfare? And remember, he's still very religious. So List starts worrying that he's gonna lose everything and that his family is gonna get so poor that they're gonna turn their backs on his religion, and then his wife nor any of his kids will get into heaven. And so this is a big deal for List.
That's his
Like, he
biggest
can't have
problem?
his family not getting into heaven. So he comes up with this insane plan to make sure his fam doesn't get so poor that they turn their back on his religion. Here's the plan. First, he tells everyone they're going on a big family trip, like a vacation, and he stops all the milk deliveries and newspaper deliveries to their home. Then, one afternoon, List is at home, and he gets a couple of pew-pews that he owns out of the garage, and he goes back in the house and up to his wife, and he points one of them at her, and blam, he unalives her.
That is your solution to this problem. So you lose your job, and not only do you not tell anyone, you wait so long that you have no plan. And this is your plan? So you tell everyone you're going on a trip to stop the milk and the newspapers. So I guess you're going to kill everyone so that people aren't suspicious why people aren't coming in and out of the house. And you're worried that they're going to turn their backs on you because of the religion. But this is your solution?
Then he goes upstairs where his mom is living, because I guess his mom lives in the mansion with him too, and blam, he unalives her.
No one hears this, and
Then he goes downstairs to
not hiding in the
kitchen,
house?
and he waits for his kids to come home from school. Once they get home, he takes the pew-pews and blam, blam, he unalives them too. Then he sits down and he writes a 5-page handwritten letter to his
I'm pretty sure if he told his family, like, the outcome would have been so much better. They would have found ways to make money. Oh my gosh.
And in the letter,
I don't
he explains
understand.
in detail that he had to unalive his whole family in order to save their souls and make sure they get into heaven. Also, in this letter, he acknowledges that, yeah, he lost his job and he could go on welfare, but then he says he'd have to move out of that 19-room mansion that he loves so much.
You're gonna have to
live
move out
somewhere
anyway.
He refers to as undesirable. So this is not just about
You're gonna
saving
move to
his
the jail.
family's souls. It's also that he doesn't want to live in a smaller house. Anyway, then List goes to every
Jail
family
cells are
photo in
smaller.
the house and he rips his face out from them so that police won't be able to identify him from his photos. Then he leaves all the lights on in the mansion to make it look like people are still living there. And he packs up some of his stuff and he flees. And he travels by train from New Jersey over to Michigan and then all the way down to Colorado, and he starts living there. And weeks go by, and back in New Jersey, no one thinks much about List's family being gone. I mean, they were supposed to go on a family trip, so they would be gone. But then, about a month goes by, and in the house, light bulbs start burning out and turning off, one by one. And the neighbors notice, like, I don't think anyone lives there anymore. And so the neighbors end up calling the police. And police come over, and they enter the mansion, and they find List's family's bodies and the 5-page letter he wrote, so they know who did this. Except there's no trace of him. They don't know where he went. They have no photos to go by, so they basically have no leads. Meanwhile, List has been in Colorado, living a brand new life. He changed his identity, he changed his name, he calls himself Bob now. And Bob works different jobs, mostly in restaurant kitchens, keeping quiet, keeping a low profile.
So he didn't want to live in a smaller place. But when he starts his new life, he's probably living in a smaller place. And he has different jobs, making money. He couldn't have done this when his family was alive. Doesn't make sense.
And eventually
I don't
he
understand.
ends up living in Denver. and he settles down there, and he finds work, and he joins a local church because, you know, he's still very religious. And after about 5 years, Bob goes back to working in finance again. I guess he does bookkeeping for a carpet business or something. But that same year, he meets a nice woman at a church gathering, and he thinks she is fine. And they hit it off, and they start dating, and eventually they get married. Now, Bob obviously doesn't tell her or anyone else his real
He doesn't tell anyone
identity or that
anything.
he murdered his last family. He keeps that a secret. But eventually, Bob and his wife, they move from Denver all the way over to Virginia. And there, they settle down and they make a nice life for
Oh,
themselves.
the house looks smaller.
And at this point, it's been around 18 years since he unalived his other family. And it seems like the world has completely forgotten about the List murders. And dude is never gonna
But that
get
stuff was
caught.
never on the news.
Until... Alright, now some of you aren't from the US. Well, in the US, there's a long-running TV show called America's Most Wanted. And on the show, they talk about criminals and people who are wanted by the feds
Is that
for
his
various
picture?
crimes. Well, at this time, America's Most Wanted is brand new. It's in its first year, so
Oh.
everyone is watching it. And one night, boom, the show airs, and they do a segment talking about these unsolved murders of this family that happened back in New Jersey 18 years before. And by this point, they've figured out that the killer is List. They just don't know where he is. Now,
Oh.
despite him tearing himself out of all those family photos all those years ago, they actually did find some images of him. So they know what he used to look like. And on the TV show, they use
Ooh,
those
they showed his
images
picture.
and they get a forensic artist to make a bust of what List would look like now.
Was his
now that
wife
he's aged almost
watching
20
TV?
years. And this freaking bust they made, if you compare it to List, it looks almost exactly like him. Like, look at that. Like, that forensic artist nailed it. And so that night, there's this woman watching the show, and she actually used to be List's neighbor. So she sees this America's Most Wanted segment, and she's like, holy shit, that's Bob. That's my old neighbor. And so I guess she calls the police or America's Most Wanted hotline or whatever, and she reports that Bob might actually be this killer List. And about 2 weeks later, the FBI shows up to the accounting firm where Bob works, and bam, they arrest him.
Wait,
Here's his
but
mo-
I thought he moved. Didn't he move? He went to Virginia or something? Wasn't that lady his old neighbor? How'd she know where he moved? I thought he got into finance. Oh, wait. Was it? Wait. Yeah, did he get into finance before he moved? I don't know. Dang.
mugshot. And of course, he continues to insist that, no, I didn't murder anyone. My name's Bob. And the feds are like, yeah, sure, List. That's bullshit. But eventually, he confesses, and he's convicted of 5 counts of first-degree murder, and he's sentenced
5?
to life in prison. And later, at 82 years old, List is in prison, and he finally passes away from pneumonia. So, also, before he finally died, he said that...
Wait, didn't he... Wait, how many kids did he have? I thought he had 2 kids. Wait, where's that family picture? Oh, he has 3 kids. Okay, so, and he killed the mom. Okay, that's 5. Never mind.
That he hopes to be reunited with his family in heaven.
Pretty sure they don't want to see him. But, yeah, that's crazy. Like, all this happened because he didn't want to tell his family that he got fired. Like, he started a whole new life with his whole new woman, but, he couldn't, like, just rework his life with his old family. That's crazy. Also, I wonder what his new wife thought when all this happened. Like, what was going through her head? Did they interview her? Did they ask her questions? I don't know. But that's crazy. Finding out someone that you married has this whole secret life, killed all these people. That's crazy. But anyway, that is the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Let me know what else I should react to in the comments below. And if you want to see my experiences in Korea, you can check out my first channel, Section V. And if you want to see my other socials, it's right here under my face. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.